and welcome to Night Vision Sports. This is Marcus Archer, along with Ian Seymour, and the Knights tonight at home will face off against the Poplar Bluff Mules. And last time I saw the Knights, they were defeating Central in a tough, hard-fought game at Central, and they've had a pretty decent year so far, been on a roll. Ian, as you look out there and see, just kind of see Poplar Bluff warming up and moving around, what do you think is going to be key for the Knights, just judging by the looks of Poplar Bluff?
Well, Poplar Bluff has a lot of tall players, it seems like to me, so it's going to be a lot of rebounds, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds for the Mules. So taking and making a lot of shots for the Knights is probably going to be the key.
Obviously, we want them to make more shots than the other team, so
that's how you win.
Thank you for that. Is how you win. That's gonna be an issue, a big key against Central, who was vastly undersized, even compared to Farmington, who's a fairly small team overall. Farmington had a tough time being out-rebounded by them for the most part in that game, and they were finally able to overcome it. And so Poplar Bluff has one guy that is 6'7", that I'm sure Ankrum will be on for most of the game. And so a big key, other than the rebounding, will more than likely be the Knights staying out of foul trouble, because once Jordan Ankrum goes out, they don't really have another guy on the team that has a motor like him. And so guarding one of those bigger guys for Poplar Bluff is going to be a tough matchup for anybody, much less someone who is not quite as strong as Ankrum. So we're about to get started here, get it going here with the national anthem, and we will break off for that. And we're back here. Well, we'll get going here in just a minute. We'll have the starting lineups for each team, starting first with the Poplar Bluff Mules, who will be obviously the visitors on the scoreboard. They will counter with their usual starting lineup of England at the point guard, Logan England at the point guard, DJ Hardy at the 2 guard, Garrett Callahan at the 3, Eli Pratt playing small forward, and Ankrum playing the other power forward / center position. So this Farmington team, very experienced, senior laden in the starting lineup and the first couple of people off the bench. So a lot of experience out there on the floor for the Knights. So we're ready to tip off here. The Poplar Bluff Mules against the Farmington Knights. And both teams, Poplar Bluff going small to start off with here. Looking for probably to go get a speed advantage initially. And the Knights win the tip out to England, who brings it up midcourt. Poplar Bluff playing pressure D from the get-go. Hardy drives in, kicks it out, and they just Knights swing the ball around the perimeter. Looking for an opening. England drives in, and he gets denied by number 11 on the Mules. Bringing the ball up. Number 3, Tibbs, is fouled by Garrett Callahan. That'll be his first foul. So quick into the game here, 30 seconds in, Callahan with his first foul of the game. So the Mules looking for something in the corner, swing it around the perimeter, 3 ball, misses off to the side, rebounded by the Mules, tipped around, out of bounds to the Mules. And so, again, as we spoke about just before the game, that rebounding would be a very big deal, and already Poplar Bluff with a third chance here at a basket. 22 pops out open. He's a shooter. He misses long. And Ankrum throws the ball in off of a Mule player, and the ball is out of bounds to the Knights. So here come the Knights up the court. Ball nearly stolen by the Mules. Ankrum takes it at the top of the key, looking to make something happen. England wide open for 3, and he hits it. So that's a 3 for Logan England. Get the Knights going here. Another missed shot by the Mules, and an over-the-back foul on number 32 for the Mules, Brandon Stuckenschneider. So England bringing it back up here, a minute and a half gone. Knights leading 3-0. Garrett Callahan cuts to the middle. Eli Pratt drives in, back out to Callahan, who comes back in himself. He misses short, and Poplar Bluff is going to run with it. They get out. And number 3 drives right through the middle, but misses the layup. Rebound, put back up, another tip rebound, and Stuckenschneider misses. And then Ankrum fouled going down the court by Stuckenschneider. So the ball out of bounds here to the Knights. Hardy finds Callahan cutting on the backside. And Callahan misses the open layup off the backdoor cut. And here comes Poplar Bluff down the court quickly. Spin move by number 22. Misses the layup again. That's the third missed layup already here in the first quarter by the Mules. Farmington needs to capitalize on those turnarounds. Callahan passes it into Pratt. Pratt goes up, holds on to it, gets his own rebound. Farmington swings it around. Hardy from the top, and he hits a three. That's his specialty. That's why he's out there. Every team needs one of those guys. So here goes Stuckenschneider. He rolls around off the pick. Ball tipped by Pratt. And England quickly up to Ankrum. He avoids the Poplar Bluff player, and he gets fouled on the shot. Will go to the line to shoot two. And Ankrum hits his first free throw. That's another thing that seemed to be an issue for the Knights. Last few games I've watched them play is free throw shooting was not very solid. So number 24, 6'7", Stacy Gibson will come into the game now for number 32 for Poplar Bluff. So that's Stuckenschneider. So Stocks at the top of the key. Inside for Gibson, and Gibson quickly on the board. Makes his presence felt. So the Knights up 8-2 with 3 minutes gone. Some pressure from Poplar Bluff, some man pressure. Farmington swings it around the perimeter. Ankrum calling for the ball, trying to get position. Wanted to make a play. So here's Callahan on the drive. He head fakes, swings it around, and he just off the back iron too long.
That 6'7" is definitely a
deterrent.
Yeah, definitely that on offense and
Poplar Bluff misses another layup. That's 4 layups now in the first 4 minutes of this quarter. Hardy quickly back down the court, picks up his dribble, gets it back out to Ankrum, who pulls up for 3, and he misses short. So the Knights firing from the outside. Bluff quickly back up the court, and a foul on England. That'll be his first, as Stocks.
Ankrum can make those shots, but it's definitely not his strong shooting. But, you know, he doesn't need to be taking those shots right now. Maybe later in the game when down, but right now being up, he probably needs to pass it off to some guards and start up a new play, trying to get him back down.
Spin move, and Poplar Bluff misses another layup, and Ankrum with the rebound.
Get him back down into the paint, get some strong points back up, and just get a 2. We don't need that 3 right now by Ankrum.
Yeah, and I'd say Farmington is winning right now by 6, but Poplar Bluff has missed 5 layups in close to the goal. And here comes Ankrum, powers in, a little baby hook, and he misses off the back iron. Gibson with the rebound. And now Metcalf into the game. He brings it up a wide open lane, and he also misses the layup, but Gibson with the rebound tips it out of bounds, and Poplar Bluff misses another layup. And no way that Coach Durbin for the Mules is happy about that. So a little zone pressure here, a trapping defense. They steal the ball from England. 3-on-1 now. And Callahan picks it up over to Hardy, who drives all the way in and controls himself, and he makes the 2.
A no call is a good call.
That was a good no call there, as Hardy controlled himself and did not run into the player. The player took a dive more than anything. So comes Farmington back up the court, leading 10-2. Ankrum back in. He looks for the shot, and he's fouled by Gibson, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 again. Second trip to the line tonight.
I kind of want to hear what the Mules coach has to say after the end of this first quarter.
I'm sure he's not too happy about about a few of the foul calls. They thought they missed a travel, but they have missed a number of layups here already, and Ankrum hits another free throw.
Should be 14-11, honestly.
They haven't been able to capitalize on. They've gotten the ball inside, but have not been able to capitalize on it. And so the Knights opportunistic here in the first quarter.
Ankrum should be his four
points on 4 free throws. Yep. So here's Poplar Bluff. Looking to get something on the inside. You can tell that ball Metcalf passes it around to number 3 for the Mules. He kicks it out to the corner, and another three-pointer for number 22. This is off the back iron, but Metcalf skies up for the rebound, and DJ Hardy gets called for the foul as he fell to the ground. So Jonah Barnes now and Barnes and Mann now into the game for the Farmington, and Mann immediately making an impact. Brett Mann as he comes into the game, and Brett Mann has been a spark plug player for Coach Callahan this year, scoring some points at times, getting some rebounds at times, but always making a big play and being an energy guy off the bench. So Mann now on the wing. Farmington, a very perimeter-oriented team. Ankrum goes baseline, pulls up, gets blocked. He gets it back and goes up strong, and the foul. A three-point play the old-fashioned way, and Ankrum will go to the line for his 5th free throw of the night already. Looking to put Farmington up 15-2. Hits it. So Poplar Bluff off the free throw. Taking it back down the court. Posting up on the inside is number 33. He gets it into Metcalf, who misses another layup, gets his own rebound. He's looking to drive, finds a cutter, crowded in the lane, and Poplar Bluff misses another shot from within 3 feet. And that's been the story of this first quarter. As England is left wide open, he misses off to the side on the 3. Poplar Bluff is going to run with it. Out to number 33, and he misses long. So Poplar Bluff shooting a very poor percentage here in the first quarter. Now Justin Boehm into the game here at the end of the first quarter. That out of bounds. Mann gets trapped out of half court, finds Boehm, kicks it to England, over to Barnes, who will drive baseline. He misses short, and Metcalf will take it out for the Mules. Kicks it out. Metcalf with the ball now. He drives in, and he finally hits a layup for the Mules. So now Farmington will hold for the last shot. Metcalf guarding England tight here. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Boehm out to England. Barnes shoots a 3 at the end of the first quarter, misses long. The Mules will fire it up. The ball goes off the rafters. So at the end of 1, Farmington up 15-4. Poplar Bluff already with 6 fouls. So for the rest of the half here in the entire second quarter, every time Farmington is fouled, they will go to the line to shoot free throws. which will give them a huge advantage.
Strong offense by the Knights first quarter. With the pressure the Mules were putting on the Knights still got through and still made layups, still made shots. So they're definitely doing what I said they should do to win this game. And they're doing a little bit more by getting rebounds.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they took a high volume of shots in that first quarter.
Just smart shots.
They took smart shots. That's right. They were fairly efficient. And on the flip side of that, Poplar Bluff not only got a ton of shots off, missed a ton of shot balls from within about 4 feet. And that was the story as the score 15-4 could have been a lot closer if not Poplar Bluff with the lead. And so the Knights will want to play a little bit tighter defense and hope that those shots don't start falling. Bain misses on the steal. And a shot made by number 3 for Poplar Bluff, Joseph Eiler. So here comes Callahan up the court, guarded tightly. This is the Knights offense, passing it around the perimeter, looking for a backdoor cut or open post player. Pratt turns, kicks the ball back out. Poplar Bluff really denying the ball very hard, getting into the passing lanes, making it difficult for the Knights to run their offense.
Yeah, definitely a stronger defense by the Mules this quarter, trying to get the game a little tighter.
Man inside. Tough shot off the back iron. Here comes Stocks up the court, and he'll take it all the way, and he'll get the basket and the foul, the hoop and the harm, as they say, Ian. And he will go to the line to try to make it a three-point play.
Where do they say that?
So Stocks at the line. He misses, and another rebound by Poplar Bluff. Back into Stocks, who misses a layup. Another rebound by Poplar Bluff, and number 32, Stuckenschneider, puts the ball back up. And so the lead now cut to 5 just that quick on a four-point swing there for the Mules. Callahan drives in, spins, tough shot. He misses off to the side. And Stocks brings it in and is fouled. Trying to cut between two Knight defenders.
Mentality for the Knights has changed from trying to win this game to trying to hold the Mules from winning. And it's definitely not working anymore. They're not playing as smart as they were in the first quarter, and they're not playing with integrity, maybe. Would that work in that context?
I think you mean intensity is the word you're looking for there.
That's another word.
So Gibson back into the game now. Stocks running the point. Looks for a pick and roll with Gibson. They get the ball baseline, out to Stuckenschneider, over to Metcalf. He drives in, and another wide open layup for the Mules. And they're not missing them here in the second quarter, as the lead is now cut to 3 with 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Garrett Callahan up to the free throw line, out to a wide open Jonah Barnes, who misses short. And Stocks quickly up the court. Ball stolen and tossed back in by Jonah Barnes, up to Ankrum, quickly goes in for 2. The Knights needed that one, as that's their first bucket here with over 2 minutes to go gone in the second quarter. Gibson with post position. He goes in, and when he's going to get that close, when he gets posted in that close, as tall as he is, it's going to be hard to stop. Miscommunication by the Knights, but Barnes picks it up. Justin Bain back into the game now for the Knights, giving Logan England a rest, who is at the scorer's table, him and DJ Hardy ready to come back in. Ankrum jab steps, takes a quick shot, and the Mules obviously want to run here tonight, feeling they have an advantage in quickness. And Stuckenschneider misses on the 3. Pratt with great position, knowing he's going to need to block out Gibson if he's going to want to have any chance, because he's not going to out-jump him. So here's the Knights. Passing the ball around the top of the key again. And Stocks called for a push as Ankrum is there to set a pick. And Ankrum will go to the line for free throws. And as Boehm and Barnes go out, Coach Callahan putting his starters back into the game.
Trying to hit the refresh button. See if something can happen from your first 5. Get that idea back with 2 guards and 3 post players.
So Ankrum at the line shooting the 1-and-1. He's made every free throw tonight so far, which at times has been an Achilles heel for the Knights, as I've seen them 2 or 3 games this year only shoot about 50 or 60%. Right now they're shooting 100, and Ankrum's got every one of them. And just as I say that, he misses one. They throw the ball up for Gibson. It's too far behind his back.
Not a bad idea, but not a good idea with this score on the scoreboard.
Well, it's only stupid if it doesn't work. That's what they say. And that one did not work. The ball was thrown far behind Gibson. And so here comes England up the court, and the Knights running a simple pick and roll motion offense, trying to make something happen. Here comes England. DJ Hardy open for the 3, and he hits again. That's 2 threes on the night for DJ Hardy. The Mules quickly up the court. Gibson drives in. He misses on the layup, and Pratt, with position, will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. So now Tillman will come into the game as Gibson will go out with his 3rd foul of the game. So that will be an issue for the Mules, as Gibson has had an immediate impact into the game since he's been in. But with 3 fouls, he's going to probably sit for the rest of this first half. Pratt misses long on the free throw. So Stuckenschneider, the lefty, hits a 3. So Poplar Bluff hanging around, keeping it close, even with all the missed layups in the first quarter. Here goes England driving baseline, finds a wide open DJ Hardy, and he hits again. That's 3 3-pointers for DJ Hardy, as he is feeling it here in the first half. And Jordan Ankrum called for the block. Looked like he may have been directly under the basket. They changed that rule several years back, where if the player appears to be under the basket, it's always a block, no matter whether he has position or not. So Stocks will come back into the game for Metcalf for the Mules.
That seems like a questionable call to me. When you got that rule, but when you see somebody coming in dead down with their shoulder coming in just to tackle him, I don't see that rule being very effective. But it's a rule, and that's what you got to do.
It's meant to keep Poplar Bluff with another 3. And number 22 there shoots some rainbows. DJ Hardy quickly with the ball. It's meant to prevent players taking charges on any type of shot under the goal. Otherwise, you can just stand there the whole game. And so Hardy drives baseline, pulls up, gets his own rebound off the miss, and puts it in.
Well, I think that's what the NBA does by trying to keep that, by having the defensive 3-second in the key.
Yes.
So, and the NCAA, now they got the semicircle.
Yes.
So
Poplar Bluff with another second and a 3rd chance point, and Stuckenschneider hits the 2 and is fouled on the tip, and he'll go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play.
So definitely doing what I said they were going to do before the game, getting rebounds now, putting it back up, getting extra points, and definitely making this game a little bit closer than it was here in the first quarter.
Yes, and Hardy also, not known for his 2-point shooting, has got drives in earlier, gets his own rebound, puts one up, which is a rare occurrence for him. He's more of a J.J. Redick type of player, out there to hit some threes. And so the lead cut to 6. The Knights looking for Ankrum, who has position. And Eli Pratt with a 3.
Watching Eli Pratt a couple years ago, that's all he was. He was a three-point shooter here when he was a sophomore, when he was a freshman. Now, since all the taller players of the past have just been gone away, he's been moved to the post. So a smart shot by Pratt, bringing back the old days.
Pratt, who tore his ACL last year, and did a growth spurt last year just before that ACL tear, I know it. And so he's had to become a much more well-rounded player. He's played well this year coming off that injury. So Ankrum finds Pratt in the post, who goes up, and he'll go to the line for 2. So the Knights getting to the free throw line a ton here in the first half. This will be the 9th and 10th free throws of the half for the Knights. And if they can continue this, they can have a steady flow of offense. As Pratt misses long again.
As Bobby Knight preaches pretty much every time he commentates an ESPN game, he says free throws win games.
Free throws win game. Free throws win game. Any game within 5 points, you can look at most of the time at free throw percentages, and you will see an advantage on the team that won. Or you'll at least be able to tell that the team that lost probably missed at least 5 free throws. And so here comes Bluff into the lane, kicks it out for number 11, Lucas Tibbs, who hits a long-range jumper. With a minute and a half left to go in the first half, the Knights up 8, 30-22. Ankrum finds Callahan on the backdoor cut. Looking for Pratt, ball stolen, and here comes Stocks and the Mules. Got some numbers, but tipped away by Ankrum. Garrett Callahan pulls it out as his dad, Coach Callahan, calls the play. Running 5 on the outside, looking for some simple backdoor cuts. Here comes Ankrum into the lane. He jumps and holds and hits the 2.
Poplar Bluff doesn't have that height advantage anymore, so Jordan Ankrum taking an advantage of his strength over the rest of the Poplar Bluff.
Number 5, Tillman, misses on the shot, and England quickly up the court. Pulls up, and he hits a layup. His first basket since the opening three-pointer of the game. And you're right, Bluff playing really was essentially 5 guards out there now as their tallest player is in foul trouble. And it looks like they'll hold for the last shot here in the second quarter. Now with 7 seconds left, looks to make something happen. And Eiler goes in, almost falls. England puts it up at the last second, but he'll miss well short. And so here at the end of the first half, the Farmington Knights lead 34-22. DJ Hardy with 3 3-point baskets in that first half, which were key. And Jordan Ankrum, the leading scorer, Jordan Ankrum, the second leading scorer with 11 points. DJ Hardy had 13. And so right now we will cut away, and we'll be back for the second half here on Night Vision Sports. So welcome back here on Night Vision Sports. Marcus Archer with you back here in the second half as the Knights lead the Poplar Bluff Mules by 12, score 34-22. And in that first half, the story really, more than anything, was of missed opportunities for the Poplar Bluff Mules as they missed a number of shots from within 4 feet, shot a very low percentage, and just about the beginning of the second quarter made a small run, but the Knights were able to push it out when the Mules, one of the Mules' best players, one of their tallest players, Gibson, went out with 3 fouls. And so the Knights will look to capitalize on that once more, try to hold the lead. They shot very well from the free throw line in that first half, going 7 for 10. And Jordan Ankrum making 6 out of those 7 free throws all on his own. So DJ Hardy with 13 points in the first half. Jordan Ankrum with 12, the top 2 scorers for the Knights. And so Jonah Barnes starting here in this third quarter instead of Garrett Callahan. Maybe there's a matchup that Coach Callahan saw as Barnes drives, kicks it back out to Ankrum. And the Knights will set it back up. Knights just throwing the ball on the perimeter here, looking for an open shot. Barnes to the ground, but he dribbles as he goes. The Mules wanted a travel, but that is not a travel as he was dribbling. The Knights content to look for an open shot here and taking their time, being very patient, not trying to force anything, as Gibson is in the game for the Mules with 3 fouls. If I were the Knights, I'd go right at him and force him out of the game here early. So Ankrum with the ball on the inside, and a foul by the Mules. Believe that was Stuckenschneider. That is his second foul. So with a minute gone, no one has scored here in this third quarter. And England finds Pratt wide open, who misses on the layup. Ankrum with a wild shot, should have pulled it out. Stocks quickly back up the court, over to Eiler. He finds number 11 for Poplar Bluff, Lucas Tibbs, on another mid-range jumper. Those are the only 2 shots that he's made for the game, are 2 mid-range jumpers. That appears to be his bread and butter there. So the Knights swinging it around the perimeter, being patient again, into Ankrum, who falls down. As Stuckenschneider, who's guarding him, falls to the ground. No foul called. And Ankrum lands out of bounds. Turnover over to the Mules. A pretty clean game in the first half. Not a lot of turnovers. As Stocks drives and misses short. And England quickly up the court. Around the back. Knights still being patient, into Ankrum, who misses the turnaround jumper. And the Mules running again. They've done this the whole game. Stocks in, gets the blocking foul called on Ankrum. So it looked like Ankrum was set. I believe Stocks got the call, not because Ankrum wasn't set, but because as Stocks went up, Ankrum appeared to slide a little. And if the refs see any bit of movement there, they will call the block. And Callahan, not happy with his team, calls a 30-second timeout. And it would appear as though he is laying into him here, trying to light a fire under him, as there's only been 2 points scored by either team. That's the Mules here in the third quarter, but with 2 minutes gone, the Knights have done nothing offensively and have had some bad position here early defensively. So still wondering why Garrett Callahan has not made an appearance here in the third quarter, unless Coach Callahan is looking for some more height down low. Stuckenschneider misses long. Ball tipped around. Pratt with another rebound. He's having a big game tonight on the boards. England quickly back up the floor. Looking for Hardy, but not open. Takes the pick from Ankrum, who rolls to the goal. Jonah Barnes from the corner. He hits the 3. And that's his spot there, anywhere on the baseline. Jonah Barnes seems very comfortable. And the Knights now out of man into zone, a 2-3 zone. for the first time in the game, daring Poplar Bluff to shoot them out of it. And so here's Stuckensnyder, who's hit a 3 in the game, misses off the side iron, and Eli Pratt with another rebound. England back up the court, drives to the middle, out to Hardy. And the Knights will set it up again. England takes a pick to the left, looking to make something happen. A double team there on the baseline. Ball swings around to a wide open Ankrum just above the free throw line, and he gets a 2. Ball out again to number 11 for Poplar Bluff. Tibbs. He hits another mid-range jumper. That seems to be his game. The Knights leading 39-26 here with 4.5 left. England drives and holds, and he hits. And so now some offensive firepower coming. Stuckensnyder left wide open, and he hits another 3 for the Mules. And a defensive breakdown off the pick for the Knights left Stuckensnyder wide open at the top of the key. Pratt comes out to set a pick for England. Looks to pull up. Ball stolen by Eiler on the pass. And he gets the offensive foul call as he kicks his elbow out. The Mule fans and the coach wanted a foul on England. But Eiler, as he was driving down the sideline, extended his elbow, and if the refs see that extended elbow, they will either call a no call or more than likely an offensive foul. And so now for Poplar Bluff, Metcalf and Tillman into the game, and Poplar Bluff, a surprise press, and they get a turnover on England as a jump press, surprising England, and the Knights were not ready for it. And so now the ball over to the Mules. Looking to make something happen here with Gibson in the game now as he's left wide open, and he throws it down. And a block called on Eiler as England brings the ball quickly back up the court. Another defensive breakdown for the Knights, though, left Gibson wide open to go up for the two-handed throwdown. And that's 3 fouls, though, now on Joseph Eiler. And DJ Hardy left wide open. At the moment, not a lot of defense being played. Gibson comes up the court, takes the contact, and puts it in. So the ball into Ankrum. Out to England, back into Ankrum. He finds a wide open Hardy for 3, and that's 4. He has not missed from beyond the arc tonight. Knights up 13. Tillman misses the 3. Ball out of bounds to the Knights, and now here's Garrett Callahan and Brett Mann into the game for Barnes and Pratt, who played big in those first 5 minutes. So Mann, as I said, an energy guy for the Knights, usually gives them a spark off the bench. Callahan left open for 3, drives in, fakes out Gibson, crosses him over, and gets in for the easy layup, and that's his first 2 points of the evening. So now the Mules, Eiler drives in, gets called for the hold with Logan England. That's 2 fouls on him. And but now the Knights need to take advantage of the Mules having 2 starters, both Gibson and Eiler, with 3 fouls each. As Gibson goes in over Mann, he misses long. Good defense by Mann, keeping his hands up, but not reaching over for the foul. Hardy finds an open England, who loses it, recovered. And the Knights will set it up. So an outburst of offense there for the last 3 or 4 minutes as not a whole lot of defense being played. Definitely some breakdowns. And the Knights, England, will set the ball up just over half court, guarded closely by Eiler. England crosses over, gets into the lane. Ball tipped by Gibson. And here come the Mules with numbers up to Eiler, who drives in. He gets fouled on the floor. By the Knights' DJ Hardy. That's 3 fouls on him. Callahan will have to watch that, and he sends Justin Bain to the scorer's table, presumably to check in for DJ Hardy. Garrett Callahan with the miss, with the rebound off the miss. And the ball will stay here with the Knights. And so Justin Bain now comes into the game for Logan England, not DJ Hardy. So Garrett Callahan will run the point now. Finds Justin Bain. DJ Hardy cutting, and an offensive foul called on Brett Mann, as he was trying to set a pick on the swing pass for DJ Hardy. And here comes Poplar Bluff, down 15 now. Metcalf on the drive. Fakes in, misses the layup, gets ball back to him, misses again, and DJ Hardy with the rebound. And Callahan quickly up the court. Both teams running a lot here in this game. And Garrett Callahan also called for the offensive foul. The refs not really letting them play. Usually they give the advantage there to the offensive player. But tonight they're watching that very closely for some reason, calling a lot of nitpick fouls. So here comes Eiler. Picks the ball up. He's Justin Bain guarding close. Ball tipped around, out to Tillman, who travels before the foul, and a turnover over to the Knights. And so some pressure here by the Mules. See how the Knights handled this time. Justin Bain wide open, drives in, and they'll set it up. So with 1 minute left, Callahan, ball tipped away. Gibson ends up with it. So here's Poplar Bluff with the ball. Metcalf up top, Tillman. And Eiler for three, misses short. Ankrum with great position. And Coach Callahan wants him to slow it down. I'm assuming to hold the ball for the last shot. So up 15, there's no reason they should rush. So with 15 seconds left, Garrett Callahan is double teamed now. And he's fouled by Eiler. That'll be his fourth foul. A key player for the Mules, who will have to come out of the game here. The Knights, it feels as though they haven't played well tonight, but they're still up 15, as Poplar Bluff has shot a very poor percentage. And Garrett Callahan gets called for the foul, and that foul going against Metcalf. And Coach is going to get Garrett out of the game, as he got a little fired up there. It appeared as though the refs missed an elbow. And Coach Callahan not happy with Garrett Callahan. Immediately took him out of the game, as he got a little too fired up, not wanting one of his players to get carried away. Brett Mann on the cut, quickly up, and he hits for two. A nice play here at the end of the third quarter, as Poplar Bluff unable to get a shot off. And so the Knights up 17 points at the end of the third quarter, up 50-33. And I wouldn't say that any one player played particularly well there in the third quarter for the Knights, but DJ Hardy is having a standout game now with 4 threes and 18 points overall, as he hit another 3 there in the third quarter. And so both teams getting a little sloppy on the defensive end. Both teams 2 fouls away from the bonus. And as I said and then early on, it feels like the Knights have played sloppy, had several turnovers, but Poplar Bluff has shot poorly enough to allow the Knights a 17-point lead. And every time Poplar Bluff hits a few shots, the Knights themselves get a few turnovers. And as I said, Hardy's been big with 4 threes. The Knights overall have hit 7 threes in the game. And so Stocks back in the game, over to Metcalf, into Gibson. He powers in for 2 as Mann falls to the ground. And some pressure now for the Mules. As Bain quickly up to Metcalf. Gibson dives for the ball, knocks it out of bounds. There's some energy now on the Mule side Mule sideline as they come alive. See how the Knights handle this early on. Ball into Pratt, who's double teamed in the corner. And a foul called on, I believe, number 32. Yes, number 32, Stuckenschneider. That's his 3rd. And a 5-second call on DJ Hardy. That was a quick 5 seconds. The ref's not messing around here in the second half. The lead 15 now for the Knights as Metcalf brings the ball up. Over to Stocks. Drives baseline. Held by Justin Bain. The ball over to the baseline. That's 3 on Bain. And Garrett Callahan back into the game for DJ Hardy. And Gibson quickly up, too hard on the layup. And he has missed several layups this evening, wide open layups. He's had position but not able to capitalize, and that's what's allowed the Knights to stay in front by such a large margin. So Farmington taking their time. Guarded tightly by the Mules, who are trying to cut everything off. Callahan finds Pratt, who goes up for 2 over 2 Mules. I believe that's his first 2-pointer of the night. So he's got a 3-pointer and a free throw. A jump ball as Metcalf falls to the ground, and a turnover for the Mules over to the Knights. This has been a fairly sloppy game here in the second half. Callahan wide open on the backdoor cut. He goes in, finds Mann, who goes up and fouled by Gibson. That'll be his 4th foul. Gibson thought he missed Mann, but he got him with the body. And so Mann gives Gibson his 4th foul with just under 7 minutes to play in the game. And Mann to the line to shoot 2. And he misses the first. As Ankrum started off the game, Jordan Ankrum for the Knights making 6 free throws in a row. And since then, they've gone 3 for 5. So here's Stocks up to Tibbs, who drives in, and he gets the layup. So here comes the Mules with the press. Garrett Callahan in the middle, dribbling up, finds Pratt wide open for the layup, but he misses long. And Brett Mann with the 2-point basket, I believe, in all that chaos. And another foul on Justin Bain, who no matter how many minutes he plays, always ends up with several fouls. He's a banger down there despite his height. He's one of those tough guys. Every team needs an energy player like Mann, and they also need a guy that'll knock people around down low like Bain. So Stuckenschneider to the line as both teams are in the bonus now. Bain with 4 fouls and Ankrum back into the game. And so Ankrum with the rebound. Up to England, who will run the point. And pressure off the free throw. Ankrum over to Bain. Pulls it back out. And Mann finds Bain wide open. Nice, quick pass. Metcalf up the court to Tibbs, who's fouled by Mann. And that'll be his second. So Tibbs, number 11, makes the first free throw. He's got 9 and now 10 points on the night. And so the Knights looking to get it in off the pressure. You have to find the middle. It's a zone man press. Callahan up the middle, drives all the way in, misses. Ankrum looked to the tip. It looked as though he got fouled. Metcalf throws it up for Stocks, who's tangled up by Justin Bain. And that'll be his 5th foul. That'll be his 5th foul as he played tough, didn't score. Scored a basket there just a moment ago. Was one of those guys that in a game like this, it's been kind of sloppy, kind of dirty at times. A guy like Justin Bain can set the tone for your team, letting the other team know that they're not going to back down. And so Stocks to the line. He hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Stocks here misses the back end. Ball tipped around. DJ Hardy comes up with it, finds Garrett Callahan. So the Knights up 16. And a foul on number 11, Tibbs, who Callahan took a shoulder to the face right there. He's going to need to compose himself. And the Knights up 16 now with 5.5 minutes to play. Need not get caught up in some of the rough and sometimes dirty plays. The Mules will try to do, they'll try to get them out of their game mentally. And Eli Pratt into the game now for Brett Mann, who played big here in this 4th quarter. The Knights need to compose themselves. There's no reason for them to get caught up in anything, as Garrett Callahan hits the front end of his 1-and-1. As I said, stay under control and make sure that they play their game, as they are the ones that are up 18. They need not get too emotional. Eiler picks it up. Stuckenschneider into Stocks, who drives in and hits for 2. So more pressure for the Mules. Pratt gets it in, needs someone to cut to the middle. You beat the press with the pass, not the dribble. And a timeout for the Knights just before the 10-second call. So a 30-second timeout now. The Knights will have it at midcourt, as I believe Callahan got that timeout call in just a second or two before the 10 seconds would have been called. This is one of those games to me that the Knights will be able to look back on and sort of a feather in their cap, as it's been a tough game and a sloppy game, but they've been able to take it to Poplar Bluff here, and with a height disadvantage in many ways, have been able to control the boards for the most part. And even not playing extremely well, are still up 16, and that's something that they can sort of hang their hats on and remember for later in the season, as they'll play some tough teams, and no doubt will have a disadvantage height-wise in many of those games. Callahan gets caught on a quadruple team. Ankrum could have taken a three, smartly pulls the ball out and holds it as there's no shot clock. There's nothing forcing him to shoot it. Ball given into Pratt, who spins, and Gibson with his 5th foul. That was a very smart play by Pratt, not waiting or looking for anything else to happen, taking it right to Gibson, who fouls out now with 4:22 left in the game. So Pratt will go to the line for 2. Gibson not pleased with that call, as that was a big portion of the Mule offense, and if nothing else, it was a huge portion of their defense around the basket. And Pratt misses another free throw. He is 1 for 4 this evening. And the ball over to the Mules. And Jonah Barnes now will come in for Eli Pratt, as the Mules have to go small now with Metcalf and Tillman into the game. Have to go small now, and so the Knights counter by bringing Jonah Barnes in instead of for Eli Pratt. Ankrum on Stuckenschneider, a big-time three-point shooter. Tillman looked to push off there, but gets the 2. And with 4 minutes to go, Hardy the ball. Ankrum brings it up the court. The Knights up 14, kicks it out. Hardy drives in, and a charge call goes against DJ Hardy. That'll be his 4th foul. And as the Knights are up 14, Hardy has shot extremely well this evening. And so him going out of the game would be a blow for the Knights offensively, as 60 points is a fairly low output. Poplar Bluff, number 22, shoots, and he's 0 for 4 tonight, 0 for 5, I believe. Tillman spins, foul on the floor. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 nonetheless, as Poplar Bluff is in the double bonus now. And this is where it could get interesting. This is where it could get interesting, as Poplar Bluff with the opportunity every time they're fouled to go to the line for 2. And if the Knights are unable to produce points, as they as has been the case the last few minutes here, Poplar Bluff will have a chance to crawl back into it with the clock stopped. And so Tillman hits both his free throws to bring the lead down to 12. It was up to as much as 18. Coach Callahan calls a full timeout. Wanted to talk it over with his guys to make sure that probably 2 things, that they don't get caught up in the mental side of this in a negative way. The Mules are trying to bang around with them, trying to get them out of their game, get them to buy in to some rough play. And no doubt he's telling his players to stay composed, stay calm, and also drawing up a few simple plays for them for what will no doubt be a full court pressure defense from the Mules. And so the Mules have to come to the Knights, not the other way around. And so Jonah Barnes now will throw it in a man A man press for the Mules, leaving the ball handler open. And Jordan Ankrum slips behind the defense. He goes up and gets a wide open two-pointer. Wide open layup for Jordan Ankrum. And Eiler back into the game now with 4 fouls. Over to Metcalf, who drives in. He lowered his shoulder and pats himself on the chest, knowing that it was his fault. And offensive foul on him. That's 4 fouls, I believe, unless they've got the number wrong. And so Jordan Ankrum taking the charge. The Knights having trouble with the press, but now Logan England slips behind some of the defense. And Tillman with the turnover up to Eiler, who gets the high pass, gets the hoop and the harm. And Joseph Eiler now with a chance to make it a 3-point play and cut the lead to 11, the closest it's been for the entire second half. And he misses, but Stocks with the rebound. He goes up among 2 Knight defenders, misses the layup. The ball tipped around. Out of bounds to the Mules. Both teams getting after it on the floor. No one afraid to dive after it and get a little dirty. And so Tillman left wide open for 3 off the quick inbounds. He misses. And Jonah Barnes takes the rebound away from Eiler. And Garrett Callahan is fouled by Stocks quickly. So Callahan now will go to the line to shoot 2, as the Knights are also in the double bonus. And Tibbs and Stuckenschneider coming back into the game, looking to get another shooter out there. Metcalf will sit down, and also number 22 for the Mules. Eli Pratt coming in for Jonah Barnes. Sure, that's Coach Callahan countering with some matchups. And so Garrett Callahan makes both free throws to extend the lead. Stocks drives in and is fouled. Let's see if it's on Pratt or Callahan. It's on Pratt. Somehow, the way the second half has gone, that is Eli Pratt's first foul of the ball game. So Stocks now finally hits a free throw. And the lead hanging around, the Mules hanging around, down 13, looking to hit a few shots. Stocks misses again as he's had a rough night from the line. And Ankrum looked to have position, and an over-the-back foul called on Stuckenschneider. That's his 4th foul of the game. And Ankrum now will go to the line to shoot 2. And so Jonah Barnes at the scorer's table to check in. And I'm assuming that Jonah Barnes will come in for Eli Pratt as an offense for defense substitution, as Ankrum misses the first free throw. And he does not. He comes in for DJ Hardy. That's still a defensive substitution there, as Jonah Barnes a much quicker, longer defender than DJ Hardy is. Ankrum misses both free throws. So Bluff quickly back up the floor. Stocks drives out of control. Ankrum with the rebound. So Farmington now looking to get it over the line before the 10 seconds. And they do. And they will make Bluff come to them. Kick ball on the Mules. DJ Hardy come back into the game now for Jonah Barnes, and that's exactly what Coach Callahan is doing there. Thought he was doing it with Eli Pratt and Jonah Barnes. Instead, he's doing it with Hardy and Barnes. Hardy now in for the offense, and I'm assuming if Coach Callahan can, on the defensive side, now on the free throws, Barnes will most likely come back into the game for Hardy. And there he is at the scorer's table. So Pratt at the line again. He's 1 for 4 tonight. These are some big free throws here as they could extend the game, make it unreachable. The ball bounces off the front of the iron there, but he does hit it, gets the roll. A kind bounce. And Eli Pratt hits the second one. 2 big free throws to extend this lead back out to 15, and that may be all she wrote as Stocks misses long. Ankrum over to England, finds Callahan, who cuts across, who loses the ball, and a travel called as the ball bounced up over his head, and he still tried to continue to dribble. So here's Bluff. Eiler looking to drive baseline, crosses back over, finds Tillman, is stolen by Callahan, out to Jonah Barnes. He goes up with it and gets a layup off the breakaway. Poplar Bluff quickly back at the court as they have to move quickly. Foul called on Eli Pratt. Only his second of the ball game. So Stocks again to shoot 2. He shot poorly from the line tonight, though. And he hits this one. He misses the second one, though. Pratt with the rebound, surrounded by Poplar Bluff players, calls the timeout. Smart play by Eli Pratt. Instead of holding on to it, getting a turnover, an unnecessary turnover, calls the timeout, and Hardy will check back into the game now. Full timeout for the Knights. And so Jordan Ankrum tonight with, again, with 16 points. 6 of those points on free throws alone. DJ Hardy with 4 threes and 18 points so far, besting Ankrum by 2, and several other Knights contributing. 8 Farmington Knights have made it into the scorers column, as they have also hit 7 three-pointers. They have gone 14 for 19 from the free throw line, a pretty decent percentage compared to some of their games at the Christmas tournament, which were probably unnecessarily close because of their poor free throw shooting. Callahan finds Hardy in the corner, surrounded by Bluff players. Pratt wide open, and he gets the assist over to Jordan Ankrum. That puts him at 18 for the night. Tillman on the double pump, and Ankrum will be fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2. And the ref talking to Ankrum. He can get a little fired up out there. And so Eiler, with his 5th foul, will foul out. It's the second Poplar Bluff player to foul out for the game, as both Eiler and Gibson fouled out. Jordan Ankrum misses his 3rd free throw in a row. I'm sorry, excuse me, the Knights are 14 for 21 now. They were 14 for 20 before that, not 14 for 19. And Ankrum now 15 for 22. Ankrum with a team high 19 points. Knights up 19 with just over a minute left. Metcalf travels, and we'll see how intense the Mules play here with just 19 left. Down 19 with just over a minute left. They're still fighting. Ball tipped over to Metcalf. Finds Stocks in the corner, looking to drive baseline. The foul given by DJ Hardy, and he will foul out of the game. But not before he hits 4 threes and scores 18 points on the night. And so Jonah Barnes now will come into DJ Hardy, who gets a pretty tremendous ovation, especially from the student section, as he played big tonight. One of his best games of the year, I would say probably, arguably his best game of the year, as he went 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. It's hard to get better than 100%. So Stocks now at the free throw line again. Hits it. Bluff down 17 with a minute to go. Callahan finding England. And England up past the midcourt line. Eli Pratt gets stuck. And Logan England wide open, but kicks it back out wisely. That's why he's the point guard. Callahan drives in for a wide open 2-point layup. Garrett Callahan now with 8 points on the night. Jordan Ankrum with another rebound. He has played big on the boards tonight. England pulls the ball out with 30 seconds left, and now just a matter of time as Poplar Bluff going to guard, but knowing the intensity level has dropped, as they know that the game is done. The Farmington Knights will add a win to their record over a pretty athletic Farmington Knight, or a pretty athletic Poplar Bluff Mules team. And a team that really had the height advantage on them and had Stuckenschneider for the Mules, who hit a few threes, but Farmington Knights able to overcome all of that. Pratt and Ankrum were big tonight on the boards as the Farmington Knights defeat the Poplar Bluff Mules here at the Farmington High School Gymnasium, 72-53. And Jordan Ankrum with a team high 19 points, just edging out DJ Hardy, who added 18 points. Both those players combining to score over 40% of the Knights' points tonight. And as I said before, Ankrum and Eli Pratt with a big game on the boards, as that had as much to do with the Knights' win tonight as DJ Hardy's three-point shooting did. The Knights shot much better tonight from three. Even though they had a couple of players foul out, they played tough and powered through what was a difficult game in many respects. And this is one of those games that, as I said, a little sloppy, a little tough, a little emotional. Both teams throwing a few elbows, but the Knights able to come out on top here on Wednesday night here at the Farmington High School Gymnasium, again defeating the Poplar Bluff Mules. This is Marcus Archer. We'll see you next time on Night Vision Sports.